Reporting about the devastation in Connellsville. A state of emergency has been declared here right now.
Connellsville also, they are under a state of emergency. That's what the mayor declared last night. So you can hear the water still rushing and see, wow, some of this destruction.
And it was up to my neck. And I'm 6'6".
The water.
The water.
Wow.
The water.
There were reports earlier of 2 vehicles that were trapped in the water.
Let me show you this damage.
We're at the corner of Johnson Lane and Bridgeneck Road. Earlier, Bob, I saw the video that your wife Becca.
All right, so yesterday I ended the vlog off. We were at our friend's house. We had a fantasy football draft, and then we watched some movies afterwards and just hung out. But what I want to talk about is last night we were in a state of emergency. There was floods everywhere, and I just want to talk about what happened and everything like that. So when we were leaving our friend's house last night, we were driving, and it wasn't, it was raining, but it wasn't raining that bad. And, people were passing us, and they were going like 5 miles an hour. And I was like, what's going on here? It's just rain, But after going down the road a couple more miles, the first thing we ran into was there was cinder blocks and rocks just on the road. And I literally had to almost go off the road to get around these. So that's the first thing we ran into. The second thing, The second thing we ran into was a tiny bridge. So I don't know, probably like a 12-foot bridge. And there was water just rushing over the top of it. And, I sat there for a second and decided to just go for it. So I, went through it. It ended up being not as bad as it looked, but it was still pretty deep. So we got through there, drove another couple miles down the road, and it was nothing. And then we got to the main highway, and that was the worst. It was completely shut down. The main highway was shut down, and it was shut down to the way that we needed to go. So we come to this red light. We need to go left on the highway, and it was cut off. So they were redirecting people to go straight. And I was like, okay. So, you follow the people, and you go a couple miles down the road, and I was like, okay, maybe they'll let us go left up here so we can still get home. So we hit the first person, and they're directing people to go right. And so I rolled down my window, and I'm like, excuse me, sir, is there any way that I can get to where we live? And he literally said, I don't know, keep moving. Oh, okay. So I kept moving, and I was like, okay, I think I can go back another back way and get us home. So, we keep going that way. We drive probably 15 minutes on this back road, because I know it's gonna take us a lot longer. And we hit another blockade. Another one. So I rolled down my window again. Excuse me, sir, is there any way for me to get to where we live, where we're trying to go? This guy says, no, there's not. I don't know what to tell you. Okay. So, I turn around, and I was like, at this point, I didn't know what to do. I was like, my friend was calling me, and he was like, you can come back to stay at our house if you want to. And I was like, okay, that might be that might be what we have to do. But you know, we keep trucking along, and I keep driving on this road, and it starts to look familiar. And I get to a crossroads that I know where we're at. And I was like, okay, so all I have to do is turn left here, go down to the stoplight, turn right, and we can get home. So I go down this road, we get to the stoplight, and it is cut off. And there is water on the main highway just rushing over. And I was just like, oh. So I was like, okay, we can, I think if we go back behind these houses, there's a road that brings us to the other side of this. I was right, but after going not even a mile behind the houses, there was water just shooting over the side of the road. And I was like, okay, we're gonna have to go stay at our friend's house. There's no way we can get home. I had no clue what to do at this point. So, as we're turning around, there's a guy in front of us turning around, and he turns around, he's going beside me, and you know, he does this, he tells me to put my window down. So I put my window down, and he's like, hey, he goes, where you guys trying to go? And I was like, well, we're trying to go to, and that's where we live. And he said, he looked at me and he just said, follow me. And I was blown away. I was surprised that, you know, somebody was actually trying to help us. And so, you know, we follow him down this road that I didn't even know existed. And eventually, like it was probably like 10, 15 minutes later, we show right to the side of our house. And, you know, the point of the story is that guy didn't have to help us in any way, shape, or form. He, you know, was just like another guy that was stuck in this, that was trying to get home, and he saw, again, another person that was stuck in this, and he decided to help us. And I'm so grateful for, I don't know who you are, but I just want to say thank you for, you know, letting us follow you, and got home safely. And I hope you and your family are safe. And yeah. Secondly, I do want to send any type of prayer out, you know, to any family that, you know, has lost their house to this, or had damage to their house from this, or damage to their car from this, because I know I've lived in this state for about 9 or 10 years now. I've never seen a flood like this ever. You know, there was literally houses that were underwater, cars that were underwater. They had to get boats onto the highway so they could get people out of their cars. It was just ridiculous. I just want to, you know, send my prayers out to all the families that, you know, were, you know, lost something in this tragedy. So, you know, now that that's over, I hope, you know, everything can be fixed and replaced, and, you know, our city can move on from this, and, you know, yeah. So now I'm gonna pretty much just go on to my regular video that I had from the weekend. Just wanted to talk about that a little bit.
Don't you know, it is getting hard, hard.
Hey, could you tell me where the nearest gas station is? Oh, down the street to the left? All right, thanks. Hey. What's up? What's up, dude? What's up?
They're gonna freaking fight. Are they superheroes?
They're Ninja Turtles.
That time when we said she picked up that Kobe Fleener or whatever, that wasn't her.
Oh, I have my regular Titan and backup.
Who's Born Leaders?
Can you wait to talk?
That's so fast when the football team's playing well. You don't want it to end when you play like this.
I need secret.
So there's not really much going on today, so I'm going just to start my workout with a little bike ride to just get warmed up and everything, and yeah.
To be a prince, to be a part of me. And your heart. And your heart. And your heart.
All right. So, 10-minute bike ride done. Now the next thing the workout calls for is 1,000 feet of walking lunges. So I'm gonna get that started.
Don't you know it is getting low, it is getting hard, 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 hard. I need secrets to be a prince, to be a part.
All right, my legs feel like Jello. That ended up being roughly around 300 lunges. That was the warm-up. Time to get ready for the real work.
Sometimes it works out. Most of the time it doesn't. Okay? Spencer, why don't you...
All right, so now I'm doing another squat variation. So I'm doing pause back squats. So I'm pretty much working up to the heaviest weight that I have here and doing 7 singles and just trying to explode from the bottom. So this is my last set. So I have, I believe it's like 195 on the bar, and then I have the 20-pound vest I'm gonna put back on. So yeah, let's get to this last set.
Don't you know, it is getting low, it is getting hard, 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 hard. I need secrets to be a prince, to be a part of me. And your heart.
All right, so I just finished my workout. I didn't show every set or every exercise I did, but I did show a little more than I usually do, just to, you know, do something a little different. So now to finish off my workout, I'm gonna do some 40-yard sprints. All right, so the wife and baby are sleeping, so I'm going to go down to the basement and search for my old Pokemon cards, which I haven't seen in years. So if I find them, it's like a 50% chance. So let's go. It's been like half an hour. I went through everything down here, all that stuff, and pretty much all I found was this clown hair. So yeah, I'm gonna go back upstairs now. Hey Baba, I found this clown wig.
What is wrong with you?
I can have only one superpower right now. It would be the ability to crawl